Hello, this is Tammy Gooding, 5'3", brown hair, brown eyes. Not a bad figure-ish, all right. Taurian by name and nature, which means I love my food. I'm stubborn, but I'm very romantic. I wasn't a planned baby, I was a love child. So when I came along, I was unexpected, but loved nonetheless. My parents had a sweet shop in Alum Rock in Birmingham, just next door to the cinema. And I think I got in the way, under their feet a little bit. So probably my earliest memory was there. We had a hen and we had a German shepherd, and my mum would find I'd gone missing out of the shop. And she'd go wandering out into the garden and find that I was there eating the pedigree chum with the chicken and the dog. It's probably why I've got such shiny hair now. But we didn't have a lot of money. But I felt like we were quite rich. I guess we were rich in love, and that makes you feel better, doesn't it, about everything. When I was a kid, I loved living in Yardley. We lived opposite a park called Queen's Park. It was just a nice green open space, nice and safe. And when I was very small, I remember I had a rocking horse, and my mum sold it on a radio programme called Tradio. Radio really did smack of community, and of the people who were on the radio could pinpoint where you were at. So if you said, oh, it's Mrs. Gooding from Stetchford, they'd know that was just down the road from Glebe Farm, and they'd know the roads in the vicinity, and they'd understand where you were coming from and the history and the sense of the place, which I thought was really lovely. BRMB felt like the radio station for this city, for me. Actually opening the mic for the first time, Charlie Jordan, bless her, having shown me how all the desk worked and everything, then thinking, I've got to do it on my own, because there was no one there, everybody was partying. Found myself saying, give us a call, 359-4011, I can even still remember the number. Let us know what you're up to, New Year's Eve, you must be partying. The phone board the switchboard just lit up. I remember being sat in a crowd at a UB40 concert, and there was a problem on the motorway and the band couldn't get there. They'd obviously given us these complimentary tickets. They knew where all their people were sitting. And they came out into the crowd and said, Tammy, there's no one here. The crowd are getting a bit anxious. Can you just go on the stage and do something? I thought, what the hell do you want me to do? Don't sing, don't dance, don't do magic. But actually just went up there. And because, again, of that connection, there were Brummies in that crowd. There were people who'd listened over the years. We got them doing the Mexican wave, and we got them interacting and got them singing the UB40 songs, and it just bridged a gap for them. I just like the idea of communities coming together, and people coming together. Hey, look at me, I'm a blend of all sorts going on in me, and I think it's nice. That's the other thing about this city, is its diversity, that you can have synagogues and temples and mosques, and that you can have, the gay population can have a place and feel comfortable to, walk down the street and hold hands, or it's getting better and better. We're starting to get into a place where we can begin to, again, as the second city, we shouldn't be in the shadow of Manchester for our gay population. It's funny because my dad, I said he worked in buildings, he built the original Bullring. And it's funny when he comes into town and notes the change, because he knew this city like the back of his hand. He came here from Barbados when he was 26, and he's now 81, so he's lived the majority of his life here, and has just seen that transition, that change, and it's massive for him. He loves it, he's all for it. But for me, I think the change has been that we are, I think, and I hope, developing more pride in being from this region. You can look at, iconic buildings like Selfridges, and look at the mailbox, and just look at how the city is becoming more celebrated, and how we're not afraid to dip our toe in the water and apply for things like to become a city of culture or whatever else, because I think we deserve it, I really do. I think the city is digging its heels in, and the regeneration looks great. I think it looks fantastic. The regeneration of Mac is one of the best things, because I spend a lot of time there. Mac is great, just a lovely creative space. I like theatre and that kind of thing, so I'll be glad when the rep's done. I could create more opportunities for myself if I were to move out of the city, but I'm not willing to do that. I'd like to spend more time and see more of the world and kind of travel, because I love travelling, but I always love coming home. So if you want to comment on that, give us a call, 08453 009956, and we'll get onto that after we do this. It's a great song. Have you seen the inscription in Bullring in the steps there? And it means a lot to me as well, because they're kind of our local Brummie ambassadors, aren't they? Let's do this. It's UB40 and sing our own song at BBC WM.